Hello and welcome to another edition of Geeky Nigeria's weekly recap. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend wherever you are in the world. So, this week we have amazing set of amazing set of articles for you to go through again. Remember that last week we had a lineup of articles from upcycling to the news about NYSE to different articles that we had for you last week. But this week we have another amazing lineup for you. So I am your host, Chiamaka Uchi, and I'm excited to share our top articles from this week. And then, just in case you're wondering, we are Geeky Nigeria, and at Geeky Nigeria, we are committed to delivering high quality content that would inspire you, inform, and equally empower you. We work tirelessly to bring you insights, opinions, and the news from around the world. Not just news, but news that has to do with hot topics in education, lifestyle, and technology. And so this week we have another line of articles for you. Are you ready? Let's dive in. And so for number one on my list is Nigeria at 64 spectacular history sites in Nigeria. I'm sure you know, but there are a lot of history sites in Nigeria. And popular saying, if you don't know what happened in the past, you would not be able to surpass even what's happening in the future. So if you have no information of what has happened, you might not be able to understand what is happening currently. History is very important. And then if you want to understand history of Nigeria, then it's important that you visit the history sites in the country. And on our website, geeky.com.ng, we have listed 64 spectacular history sites in Nigeria. So if you're wondering, oh, where do I visit? I'm looking for probably somewhere to just go refresh or just, do something fun. Then you should visit some of the history sites in Nigeria because we have a whole lot of history sites in Nigeria. Being able to assemble 64 for you. So if you're looking for history sites in Nigeria that you want to visit, then you should click on geeky.com.ng and check through the article Nigeria at 64 spectacular history sites in Nigeria. And I'll just share with you and then you can check out on our website. And so for number one, if you stay in Lagos, then you should visit the National Museum. It's one of the history sites. So if you stay in Lagos, the National Museum is your go-to. And then also if you stay in Lagos, the historic waterfront and colonial era buildings in Marina is also another place that you should visit. Other history sites can also be the Calabar Slave Park, the Kano Falls as well. So wherever you are across the nation, there are a lot of historic sites that you can visit. If you want a list of all those, then visit geeky.com.ng and see 64 historic sites in Nigeria. So number two on my list is MTN unveils See Niger campaign to promote Nigeria's tourism. Like I said earlier, we just celebrated Nigeria's 64 years after independence, and MTN is unveiling a See Niger campaign to promote Nigeria's tourism. Tourism is like one of the untapped sectors in Nigeria. There's so many other things going on in other sectors, but it seems like tourism is one of the untapped sectors. So what MTN is doing is that they launched an exciting campaign, See Niger, to showcase Nigeria's rich cultural heritage to the world. So if you're wondering what See Niger is, what the campaign is all about, what it's going to entail, the everything about the campaign. I'm not supposed to say it for you, but everything that has to do with that campaign, promoting Nigeria's rich cultural heritage. If you want to know what that is, then visit www.geeky.com.ng. But still, in that campaign, there's something that it does. It gives Nigerians the opportunity to upload short videos of Nigeria's culture and heritage, and it would allow you the opportunity, and then MTN will select winners and would also award them. So if you want to know everything about that campaign, how it can also be of benefit to you, you can be one of the lucky winners. Who knows? And so I'm encouraging you to go to geeky.com.ng and read what that read the article, see what the campaign is about. And if you're interested, then you should upload your video and become a lucky winner. And so for me, I'm going to go to geeky.com.ng and I'll read that article. And who knows, I might upload my own video and I might get selected and awarded. So, but if I do, I'm going to let you know, obviously. But go to geeky.com.ng and see what's happening on the website as regards this particular article. Okay. So, the third article on my list is Ruth Titilayo Educational Foundation commences scholarship schemes for undergraduates. If there's anything I know that is expensive in our country, it is education. Education is a very expensive thing in Nigeria and even around the world. Just in Nigeria, education is very expensive. Now, I remember way back when in federal universities, some were paying as low as 20K as school fees. But this was years back anyway, as low as 20K for school fees. As well, when I was in school, I paid around 65,000 a semester, per semester, 65,000 every semester as school fees. So imagine that somebody is taking off that bill from you every semester. And that's what Ruth Titilayo Educational Foundation is doing. So it says that they are giving out grants, educational grants anyway. The grant is going to cover all expenses and or make a small but useful contribution to your education. So no matter what it is, anybody giving you 1 naira in this economy is doing so much. In short, that person should be called President General of the Nations, because money is not easy to make. So Ruth Titilayo Educational Foundation is giving out scholarships to undergraduates. So if you're an undergraduate and you're seeking, somebody to help with your, somebody to help you with, bills in school, then I think you should consider Ruth Titilayo Educational Foundation. So let me just read a snippet of the article for you. Then you check the rest out at geeky.com.ng. It says that according to the foundation, the applicants must meet all of the criteria, must be domiciled in Nigeria, must be 25, must be a student as at the time of application or a registered student within the last 3 years. And you must have a minimum GPA of 4.0 in a 5.6. Or the equivalent GPA if it's not based on the 5-point system. Very interesting. So, in as much as she's giving out scholarships, you have to earn the scholarship. Yes, you cannot be in school with a 2-point GPA and apply for this. I'm very sorry. But according to Ruth Titilayo Educational Foundation, the criteria for this scholarship is that, first of all, you must be a Nigerian based in Nigeria. Then under the age of 25. So if you're pursuing your education over the age of 25, I'm really sorry, but you do not qualify for the scholarship. And then you must be a student and have a minimum of 4.0 CGPA. And the essence is of 4.0 GPA rather. The essence is because I feel that Ruth Titilayo wants to give out these scholarships to people who are really deserving of it. So if you think that you qualify, you have all the necessary criteria, then you should visit geeky.com.ng, read the article, and see everything that it entails and apply. Okay. And so it says that there's actually a window for the application. Application is not going to last all through. There's a window for, and I think the window is from October, or in October, yes. I think October or November rather. But if you want to know the date exactly, I'm not going to tell you. If you want to know, check geeky.com.ng and see when the application starts and when it's going to close. I will not tell you that one. Go to com.ng. The article, title of the article is Ruth Titilayo Educational Foundation commences scholarship schemes for undergraduates. So if you're in a scholarship, graduate in Nigeria, you're interested in a scholarship, visit geeky.com.ng and look for. Okay, so number 4 on my list is Starlink increases monthly subscription fee by 97%. This is a lot. Okay, so Geeky reports that Starlink, a satellite internet service provider owned by SpaceX, founded by Elon Musk, Starlink is like one of the most reliable Wi-Fi services. It's network connection, stable, doesn't shake, unlike other Wi-Fi or internet service providers. It's very reliable. But he's saying that he started making waves in Nigeria in January 2023. But now he's saying that this monthly subscription fee has increased by 97%. That is, it has doubled. It's like 2 times the price. So in the article, it says in Nigeria, we have around 23,897 active subscribers. So these subscribers are going to have to pay double. If you were paying initially, it says that for a new user, it's a 34% increase in the cost of the kits. Initially, it used to be 440,000. It is now 590,000 for new users. So if you're thinking of going to get Starlink, then you should know that it's no longer 440,000 naira. It's now 590,000 naira. Wow. Daddy Elon Musk. Did the economy reach that side as well? Because what's the increase? What's the increment for 97%? So imagine that you were paying around maybe 200 or 300K, and now you have to be paying like 700K. That's just spectacular. In case you are a user of Starlink watching me currently, I bring you news that your monthly subscription fee has increased by 97%. So if you want to know more details about how that works or get more, visit com.ng and read the article. Starlink increases monthly subscription fee by 97%. This is still Geeky Nigeria's top weekly articles. Okay, so we're exploring top performing articles on our website for just in case you're just joining us. And I just did number 4. In number 1, I talked about Nigeria at 64, 6 spectacular historic sites in Nigeria. Sites that will probably bring stories. Others told us as children, when you were in government, in history, tell you, oh, this happened in the colonial era, pre-colonial era. And then, so all those historic sites they talked about, yes, you would find it in that article, Nigeria at 64, spectacular historic site in Nigeria. Then number 2 was MTN See Niger campaign to promote Nigeria's tourism. So I was saying that, oh, there's a campaign MTN is doing, and they're using it as an opportunity to showcase Nigeria's rich cultural heritage to the world. And then the idea is to position Nigeria in a positive light. You know that most people see Nigeria as this country with a lot of bad things and all and all and all and all. And so, but then MTN is doing something to ensure that Nigeria is seen in that positive light. And so if you're interested in this campaign, they want you to upload a video not longer than 2 minutes. Not longer than 2 minutes, original content created by the person who wants to showcase the video. And then they're also saying that you can also win, if they select you or they pick your video, my brother, my sister, you have been winner. So that's number 2. If you need more information on that, go to geeky.com.ng and you get about that. Number 3 was Ruth Titilayo Educational Foundation commencing scholarship schemes for undergraduates. So if you're an undergraduate, you're seeking for scholarships, you're interested in furthering your education, and probably you have some financial restraints or constraints, then Ruth could be your go-to. I also mentioned that the article says that, you have to be a Nigerian student, less than 25, or 4.0 in a 5-point them or it's. So if you need more information on that, go to geeky.com.ng. See everything that we have in store for you. So number 4 was Starlink increasing monthly subscription fee by 97%. So I was saying that Starlink, users of Starlink, your subscription has increased by 97%. Okay, so on that is on our website at geeky.com.ng. And number 5 on the list, this one is very nice. It says Netflix announces lineup of films and series for October through to December. So for those of us that like to Netflix chill, this is good news. If you're interested in, watching movies, you just want to, if you want a lineup of movies for, a Saturday, you want to just relax, have some friends over, and things like that. Netflix has a lineup of films and series for October through to December. And Nigeria at 64. And so to commemorate Nigeria at 64, Netflix is unveiling a captivating slate of Nigeria productions showcasing the nation's boundless talents. Okay, so this is going to be premiering in the 4th quarter of 2024. So if you're interested, go to geeky.com.ng and see the lineup of films and reviews for the remaining part of the year. And one of the films that are going to be released is Hijack 93. I saw the thriller for that movie, I think on Instagram, and it's a lot. I'm equally sitting and waiting for the movie to be released. I think it's going to be released on the 5th of October or thereabout. So I'm also waiting for that movie to drop. Because once it drops, I'm dropping with it. Okay, so if you want the lineup of movies, that's our Netflix for the remaining parts of this year, then check geeky.com.ng for the lineup of films and series for October through to December dropped by Netflix. Okay, that's number 5. Number 6 on the article, on my list of articles, is Agroye calls for submissions for my 500K agro business idea. If you've been following the trend, agro business, something that is getting so much reaction. For those in the north, I know that they are accessing a lot of grants to also put into the culture to help us to, continue the production of food and other things in the country. If you are in Nigeria, you know that food has increased. The price of food has tripled, not even double, tripled. A bag of rice now is not what it used to be. And then even the price of so many other things, even yams, even spaghetti. The price of spaghetti now is like twice or three times what it used to be. When spaghetti used to be it moved from 250 to 450 to 550. I think now spaghetti is around 8,100. So they're calling for submissions. If you have ideas for growing an agro business, then this should be your go-to. So visit geeky.com.ng for more information on that. And the article is titled Agri Calls for Submissions for My 5K Agri Idea. So if you're interested in that, and visit geeky.com.ng. And number 7 on my list is MTN Partners Audiomack for premium music subscription. Interesting. MTN Nigeria, an information and communication technology company, has entered into a strategic partnership with Audiomack, a prominent music streaming platform. This collaboration enables MTN subscribers to access Audiomack's premium features. I know that almost all of us are MTN subscribers. Like, MTN is like one of the most used networks in Nigeria. And that MTN has partnered to give us premium music subscription. So if you're like me that loves music, then this should excite you. For more information on that, visit geeky.com.ng and have more details about this. And number 8 on my list is 4 solid tips to recognize and protect against phishing in Nigeria. So phishing is a deceptive practice aimed at stealing sensitive information. And this has become a concern for individuals and businesses. So if you protect your business or yourself from this act, then you should visit geeky.com.ng. Because the consequences of falling victim to phishing scams can be very devastating. So if you need more information on this, I want to invite you to visit geeky.com.ng for more information about this. But then I just want to give you a few effects of what phishing can lead to. It says that the ripple effect can impact on every aspect of our lives, from financial losses to the damage of people's reputation. It's just like protecting your content. It's how do I even explain this? Sometimes people put things out there and somebody just picks it without probably giving reference to the content or without recognizing that, oh, this is somebody else's intellectual property or even somebody else's idea. So that you don't fall victim to things like that, or somebody doesn't even do something that ends up putting you in a form of scam, then you should read our article, 4 Solid Steps to Recognize and Protect Against Phishing in Nigeria. Okay, I still have a number of articles for you. In case you're just this is the weekly recap of top articles on our website at geeky.com.ng. I've talked about 8 articles already. I still have some more to go. And I also have a colleague who is going to be talking about these articles alongside. But when it's time, I'll let you know. But for now, you have to keep seeing my face. Okay, so for number 9, I have smart work strategies, 6 tips. We know that sometimes, how do they even say this? Some people have started saying, oh, we no longer work hard, we now work smart. So they're saying, oh, working hard is now a thing of the past, now we work smart. So now we're giving you 6 expert tips on how to work. Now is no longer that time to use work and kill yourself. You cannot come and kill yourself and come die. It's not that time to finish, like to yourself with work. It's the time to know how to work smart. And this article, we've given you 6 expert tips that would help you to still do your job effectively and efficiently and work smart. Okay, because we want you to work and still have a happy life. We don't want you to be drained from the stress and everything of work. So we're giving you expert tips on how to work smart. And I'll give a few of those tips. The first one is prioritize. Prioritize is something that we don't understand in Nigeria. Everybody wants to do all the work by themselves and take all the glory. Some people feel, oh, the more you appreciate you, the more people recognize your relevance and importance. It's not bad to work, to prove yourself at work and to go beyond. But then it's all prioritize. You can't do everything on your own. That's why there are different people in the office. If you can do everything on your own, they will not have employed others. You can't do it all on your own. So it's good to prioritize. When you see, oh, sorry, I'm actually talking about delegate, not prioritize. You can't do all on your own. So it's good to delegate when possible. If there are no needs for others, then they wouldn't have employed them. So when the job is becoming overwhelming, then it's necessary to delegate. If there are people there that you feel, oh, I'm doing so much, then I can always share this with somebody else to help me do. I'll give a personal example. There are times I have to create slides for a presentation or do something, and then maybe I have to write, I have to type, I have to do this, I have to do that, or I have to design a flyer or something, and then I have so much on my plate. And I have a colleague that also doesn't have so much he's doing at that particular time, or even that day. I can always say, oh, can you help me to just design this flyer? Or can you help me to check this out? Or can you help me to do this? As long as the person is willing to help, and then it's something that the person can always come in and do, then why not? Why not? If not, if there's to help you, why not? So, especially as leaders in your place, it's very important to learn how to delegate. Don't carry everything on your own. Even Jesus said that we should let go. We should let him, we should cast our bodies on him because he cares. Because he knows that the body will choke us. So one expert tip on how to work smart, to learn to delegate, and then to prioritize, like I was saying earlier. Some things are major tasks, some things are minor tasks. So you check every day. That's also another way to be able to do your work effectively. You should also be able to start, once you start your day, you should ask yourself, oh, what's the most important thing I need to do today? What's the least important thing I need to do? The most important thing is that I need to do this, or like I said, maybe I have slides to work on, or I have things to write. If the slides are for a presentation that is in 2 days, and what I'm writing for is for something that is going to happen next week, then my most important job should be to focus on the slides. So I should prioritize working on the slides. Then I can always do the minor work or pressing me later. Okay, so I'm going to stop here for now. Like I said, I have a colleague on the call, and she's also going to give her opinion about all the articles that we have for you today, or some of the articles we have for you today. I don't know which ones she has in mind to talk about. So, hi, Catherine. It's nice to have you.
Good afternoon, Chiamaka. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I'd like to talk about some articles, and the first one I'll be talking about is the NG at 64 article, which was released on Independence Day, October 1st, and it talks about 64 spectacular historic sites in Nigeria. So as we all know, Nigeria has an amazing array of historical sites which depict each region and location's past, culture, and aspirations. And all these historic sites are official locations where political, military, cultural, or social history have been preserved, mostly because of their cultural heritage and significance. So visiting all these sites can do more than just enrich your knowledge about the past. It can also provide you with a sense of reminiscence and a renewed sense of appreciation for the present and past. And I'm sure with all this, we'd all like to make plans to visit any of these amazing historic sites around you, either alone, your loved ones, friends, or people you think will enjoy the wealth of knowledge and also have fun. Am I still audible, please? Also, moving on, the second thing I'd like to talk about is the Sea Niger campaign to promote Nigeria's tourism that was unveiled by MTN. MTN Nigeria launched an exciting campaign called the Sea Niger campaign to showcase Nigeria's rich cultural heritage to the world. The idea of this campaign, that is the Sea Niger campaign, is to share Nigerian history in a positive light, to attract tourists, and also to boost the Nigerian economy. According to MTN Nigeria, this campaign, titled Sea Niger, will offer Nigerians the opportunity to upload a short video about Nigeria's culture and heritage, where winners will be selected and awarded prizes. And I would like to talk about, okay, speaking about this initiative, rather, Ogunwa Uwoye, the Chief Customers Relation Officer and the Chief Marketing Officer, that is the acting Chief Marketing Officer, said that the competition showcases the beauty of diversity. And as we all know, it showcases the beauty of Nigeria and diversity to the world. And at MTN, they believe in the beauty of diversity and inclusion. And these two sit at the heart of their identity as an organization and also about their organizational culture. And this campaign is going to put Nigeria in a bigger picture, showcasing Nigeria's culture and everything that Nigeria has to offer as a country. According to her, the nation is one of the most culturally varied countries, which is home to over 500 languages and over 300 ethnic groups. And Nigeria's rich cultural heritage, encompassing arts, crafts, and traditions from the North civilizations to the Benin Empire, has formed the country's identity. If you're interested in this campaign, I would list out the entry requirements for this particular campaign. First and foremost, you have to create and upload a video no longer than 2 minutes, and the video must be original content created by you, the participants. And your content must be appropriate for all audience and must not contain any offensive or violent or inappropriate material. You should also note that your link should be shared in the post, and also that the link of this campaign will be shared in the post rather. And the third thing I would like to talk about today is about the Roots Titular Educational Foundation scholarship scheme that is commencing soon for undergraduate students. According to the foundation, the grant may cover all expenses and it might also make a small or useful contribution to the undergraduate pursuit. And all applicants must meet all the criteria necessary. You must be living in Nigeria and you must be under the age of 25. You should be a student at the time of application, or you must have been registered as a student within the last 3 years. You must have obtained a minimum of 4.0 GPA in a 5-point system, and the grant consists of tuition allowance of up to 100,000 naira, maintenance allowance of up to 15,000 naira, and further allowances. For example, internal travel costs within state and also within your course of study or research, and fieldwork expenses for your project. This the fieldwork expense will be paid at the discretion of the committee. We should also note that candidates will assess on academics. You also need to submit a personal statement, current school results, and two written references from the tutors listed in your application form. And once you have been shortlisted for this scholarship grant, you'll be invited for an online interview where we ask a series of questions, competency-based questions based on your current year of study. The application window will run from the 1st of October 2024 all to the 31st of October 2024. And all shortlisted candidates will be contacted from the 11th of November 2024. The link to this scholarship will be posted on our website, wiki.com.ng. So you can always visit the website to check out for the link and apply if you're eligible. I would also like to talk about the monthly subscription increase fee of Starlink, which has been increased by 97%. According to our report by KQ Nigeria, Starlink is a satellite internet service provider owned by SpaceX, founded by Elon Musk. It's been making waves in Nigeria since its launch in January 2023, becoming the country's third largest internet service provider with 23,897 active subscribers. The monthly subscription fee for Starlink Internet has skyrocketed by 97%, jumping from 38,000 naira to 75,000 naira. And if you're a new user, get ready for a 34% increase in the cost of Starlink Kit, now priced at 590,000 naira, up from the previous price of 440,000 naira. In its communication with customers, Starlink cited excessive inflation in Nigeria as the primary driver behind the price increase. According to Starlink, the new subscription rate will take effect from October 31st, while it takes effect immediately for new customers. So if you are interested in getting a Starlink, I would suggest you prepare yourself for all of this increase. The fifth thing on my list to be about Netflix announcement lineup of films and the series for October through December. I'm sure most of us are subscribed to Netflix, so I'm sure this must be exciting news because there are lots of movies and series that I'm sure we'd all love to watch that Netflix has lined up for release this month. All right, so there are lots of amazing movies that have been lined up to be released throughout the final quarter of the year. And to celebrate Nigeria's 64th birthday, Netflix is proud to unveil a captivating original movie, which is showcasing the nation's boundless creative talent. The highly anticipated lineup premiering in October 4th reaffirms Netflix's commitment to delivering diverse, locally driven content that resonates with Nigerian audiences. One of the releases in the film is Hijack 93. So the film Hijack 93 is a thriller inspired by true life events launching on October 25th, the anniversary of the event. Hijack 93 tells the story of four young men who hijacked a plane in protest of the annulled 1993 elections in Nigeria. In addition, Netflix renewed the Nigerian fan favorite series, Anika Lupo, which is a very interesting movie, by the way, and I would advise us to check it out for another season. And recently kicked off production in Ibadan and Ghana, where the series lead Sola Sobowale, Bimbo Ademoye, and Lateef Ademeji makes a comeback. to reprise their roles alongside new cast members Ansar Lanyan, Jokemu Iwa, Adibawale Adibayo, and Seibi Balogun. Personally, I'm very excited for this because I can't wait to watch and experience and see all that the movie has in store for us. I'd also love to talk about the call for submission for my 500K agribusiness idea competition, which is happening soon, and it is sponsored by Agroye. So Agroye is an agri-tech startup with an aim of growing the number of farmers in Africa and beyond. And we are calling for submissions for its 500K agribusiness idea competition, which is a very nice thing for all farmers that like to explore this and in hopes of growing their business. And the company calls on young agripreneurs rather, who have a groundbreaking agricultural business idea or a business that leverages technology in marketing, production, or sales. And in order to apply, you must be between the age of 18 to 35 at the time of entry. You must have a new business idea or a business registered no later than 2 years prior to the start date of the competition, which is the 2nd of September 2024. For participants with a registered business, the annual revenue must not exceed 1 million naira. And as for the selection process, the competition will run from 2nd September 2024 to the 12th of October 2024. So I think if you're interested, you should try and apply soon since applications will be closing up soon. 12th of October is not far from now. And the top five finalists will be announced on the 21st of October 2024 on their official social media platforms and websites. And you should also note that the application process is on the website. And if you're interested, you should visit their website in order to apply. Another interesting news is the fact that MTN partners AudioMac for premium music subscription. MTN Nigeria, a leading information and communication technology company, has entered into a strategic partnership with AudioMac, a prominent music streaming platform worldwide. The collaboration enables MTN subscribers to access AudioMac's premium features, including uninterrupted streaming, offline downloads, and exclusive content facilitated by convenient mobile payment options. AudioMac Plus offers three flexible subscription plans. YouTube Nigeria reports that music lovers can enjoy a month pass that is 900 naira per month, 30-day free trial process, plus uninterrupted streaming. There's also the week pass, which is 400 naira weekly. There's the affordable weekly subscription and day pass, which is 100 naira per day. The daily access, which gives you daily access to premium content. To subscribe to the AudioMac monthly plan, text APM to 3134 or visit AudioMac Plus Month Pass. Alternatively, customers can text APW to 3134 or text APB to 3134 for weekly or daily subscriptions. So that'll be all for that. If you're interested in exploring and utilizing this new collaboration MTN has with AudioMac, you can always check it out. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm sure you will enjoy the uninterrupted music listening. Something else I'd like to talk about is about sports tips to recognize and protect against fighting in Nigeria. And in case you don't know about it, pricing is a deceptive practice aimed at stealing sensitive information, and it has become a prevalent concern for individuals and businesses. As Nigeria continues to embrace the digital revolution, the need for robust cybersecurity measures has never been more critical. Imagine receiving an email that appears to be from your bank, urging you to update your account details immediately. But it turns out that it's actually not an email from a bank, and you end up falling victim to a scam, which can be very devastating. And the ripple effects of all this can impact every aspect of your life, from financial losses to reputational damage, and so on and so forth. However, by arming ourselves with knowledge, implementing robust security measures, and fostering a culture of cybersecurity awareness, we can significantly reduce the risk of falling victim to these scams. Remember that protecting against poison is not a one-time effort, but an ongoing process of vigilance and education. By staying informed, trusting your instincts, and following the best practices outlined in this article, you can confidently embrace the benefits of digital world while keeping your personal and financial information secure. So if you'd like to know more about the ways you can protect yourself from being scammed, you can always visit our website, leaky.com.ng, to check out the article and read more and learn more about the ways you can protect yourself from getting scammed. And another interesting article to
Thank
check out
you.
is okay,
Thank you so
no
much, Catherine. I would have loved to take some more from you, but for lack of time.
no problem.
Thank you
So I'm glad
so
I was
much.
able to
Thank
share
you
that
so much.
insight. Thank you.
Thank you. Catherine, was really nice to give us more flesh to everything that I've been saying. And so she said something about the MTN campaign, which I think I didn't mention. That the essence is to showcase Nigeria's rich cultural heritage to the entire world. And then she also said that Nigeria has over 500 languages and 300 ethnic groups. So the essence of this is to make people see that there are a lot of cultures in this country, a lot of languages, so many things that we might not even be exposed to. And she also mentioned another thing, the taking up of movies and on Netflix. I didn't know that Annie Kolako was part of it. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but if you've seen the first one and then the second that was like a series, then you'd probably look forward to the next one coming. So if you want to know more about that, visit geeky.com.ng. And then there's one article that I think we have not touched. And that article is the human cost of healthcare misinformation. You know, one thing that happens most of the times when somebody has a headache, oh, my head is aching, and they'll ask you which part of your head, say the front, the front of my head, or the middle, or the back. You know, people will say, they'll tell, check online. And then you check online, and you now start seeing things like, oh, when your forehead is aching, it is migraine. Or they'll just give you one very funny reason why your head is aching. So there's of things that we see on the internet that might not be what it is. And because the internet is, is an incredible source of sourcing information. If you just click on one thing, you see plenty answers. So many people go there and just post all manner of things, even on social media. So, but this article is trying to tell us that if you do not go to the hospital or consult certified medical professionals or personnel, then you're liable to also fall victim to some of the things that are being perpetrated on the internet. And even though the internet is good, technology is beautiful, but we should not rely on it solely for, medical assistance. Not everything is on social media or on the internet. It's good, it's helpful. But if you have symptoms, please go to your medical professionals so that Instagram does not diagnose, or Google does not tell you what is not. You can put some set of symptoms, and what you will see will shock you, and it might not even be what it is. So there are a lot of things that fake news or misinformation, because of the use of technology or the internet, can do. And like I already said, it can lead to delayed diagnosis. Sometimes because people are using internet, say, okay, I have so and so and so and so and so symptoms. You just press it on Google. These are my symptoms, and then what should I do? So Google will give you what is wrong with you, and then even tell you, okay, something like this, you can use this and use that. You can do this, you can do that. Google can be helpful, but you explain all your symptoms to Google, no matter how. So you need to go to the hospital. There's also another thing that Google can do. It can make you to resort to ineffective treatments. It can prescribe drugs that may not be exactly what is even wrong with you. So if you want to probably check for your symptoms or whatever it is, be sure to verify the sources. Don't just consume every health information that you see online. Be sure to verify the sources. Okay, so we come to the end of today's session of our top weekly articles on Geeky NG. But before we do that, I would want to go over all the articles again. For if you want to have exclusive information about all these articles, if you want to read them from number 1, number 10, then you should visit www.geeky.com.ng. You would see all the articles that we've discussed from number 1 to number 10. So number 1, it's Nigeria at 64 spectacular historic sites in Nigeria. Unveils the Nigeria campaign to promote Nigeria's tourism. Number 3 on my list just give me a minute, please. Okay, number 2 was MTN unveils the Nigeria campaign. And number 3 is Ruth Titilayo Educational Foundation commences scholarship schemes for undergraduates. Number 4 is Starlink increases monthly subscription fee by 97%. Number 5 is Netflix announces lineup of films and series for October through to December. Number 6 is Agri calls for submissions for my 500K agribusiness idea competition. So if you're interested, check geeky.com.ng. 7 is MTN Partners Audio Mark for premium music subscription. Number 8 is 4 solid tips to recognize and protect against phishing in Nigeria. And the phishing is PHISING, not phishing like to catch fish. Okay, number 9 is Smart Work Strategies, 6 expert tips. And number 10, the last but not the least, is the human cost of healthcare misinformation. So more articles, we still have more articles aside from the ones I have read out. But if you want to see this and then some more, then check geeky.com.ng and you would find all the amazing articles on our website. So this is where we draw the curtain on our top weekly articles for this week. That's all we have for this week's recap. Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to visit our website at geeky.com.ng. Follow us on all social media platforms. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all our social media platforms, and engage with us. Send us a message. We'll be sure to respond to all your messages. Like I said, this is where we are drawing the curtain for this week's top recap of all the articles on our website. But I'm not going to be leaving you just like that. I'll be leaving you in the capable hands of my colleague, once again, Catherine. She's going to be taking you on an amazing session. It's titled Story Time. So if you love stories like me, then I think you should stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I'm leaving you, like I said, in the capable hands of my colleague Catherine, and she'll be telling you a lot of wonderful stories. So sit back, relax, and have the best of times.
Thank you so much, Jamaka. Can you hear me? Okay, so that was a wonderful recap session that Jamaka hosted. I'm sure we're able to learn a lot and gain insight into some of the articles that we posted on our platform, which is bp.com.ng, and you can always go to the website to check out more for more information. So I'll be hosting today's storytelling session, and today I have two stories to share with you guys. And the title of the first story is The River of Reflection. I'm sure we're all excited to learn more from the stories I have in store for us, and I want you guys to sit back, listen, and learn. So, my first story, The River of Reflection. In a village between two majestic mountains, there lived a young monk named Cartier. Cartier resided in a serene monastery overlooking a tranquil river that flowed gently through the valley. The river's crystal clear waters mirrored the monk's peaceful soul. I'm just imagining how that scene is going to be looking like. It's going to be like something out of the movies. The mountains, the river, the crystal clear waters, which they say, or according to the story, is as serene as the monk's peaceful soul. So I'm wondering how peaceful the monk's soul is like. Moving on to our story, according to the story here, Cassius spent his days meditating, studying ancient scriptures, and serving the villagers. All in all, I'm sure he was a really good person doing all these things that he was doing. His compassion and wisdom earned him the respect and admiration of the whole community. Because I mean, who wouldn't respect him? Someone who has full on dedicated his time to serve his community and give back to the people he lives with. That's like a really admirable character to have as a person. But, however, Cassius struggled with a deep sense of discontent. He felt unquenchable thirst for spiritual enlightenment and longing to grasp the ultimate truth. Hmm. I'm wondering why someone who is as good as him will be struggling with all this sort of feelings of discontentment and and all. So I'm sure like as human beings we must have gone through that stage in our life where no matter how accomplished we may feel or no matter the amount of things we've done, I'm sure sometimes this feeling of discontentment or feeling like we've not done enough of what we're supposed to do really comes in. And I'm sure would like to delve into the story and see and understand how like he was able to handle the feeling of discontentment and wanting to gain more spiritual enlightenment. Moving back to the story, okay, so one day while wandering along the riverbank, Patrick encountered a wise old man. The elder's eyes sparkled with an otherworldly wisdom, and his presence radiated serenity. Hmm. Seeking enlightenment, young monk, the old man asked, his voice gentle as the river's current. Patrick nodded, and the old man handed him a small, delicate wooden boat. Row this boat upstream against the current. When you reach the river's source, you will find the truth you seek. And as we all expected, Castro embarked on this journey, facing treacherous rapids and steep waterfalls. The boat, though fragile, proved resilient as he rode the river's current, testing his resolve and forcing him to confront his own doubts and fears. I'm just imagining what a tough journey that must have been for Castro because going against the flow of current of the water is something difficult on its own. And doing that with a boat that looks so fragile as that, it must have been really tough for him to go through that journey. But he had that motivation to seek for answers. I'm sure that was why he was able to go through all the things he went through in order to find the truth that he was seeking. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and his physical strength gained, but his determination intensified. Because if you want something, I'm sure would all want to do everything possible to get that thing that we want. We'll do everything possible to get that information that we feel will help us get that thing we want to achieve, what we want to achieve. And I'm sure that was what he was going through in this story because he was feeling this content, he wanted to learn more. He felt like all that he was doing was not enough, the information he had was not enough, the spirituality he had was not enough. He wanted to learn more, he wanted to know more. So I'm sure to him going through all these struggles was like nothing serious. It was like a sacrifice he had to make to get everything he wanted. And I'm sure in our daily lives, in things we do, our workplaces, even in our relationships and friendships, we must have gone through different situations or challenges in order to attain what we want. And this is exactly what Cashew is doing in this story. Moving back to the story, Cashew's physical strength grew, for his determination intensified, the river narrowed, became smaller and thinner, and the water accelerated. The monk sweat French robes, clung to his exhausted body like this must have been like very energy draining because going against river's current is one thing, and going through somewhere that is very slim and narrow for days and weeks is not an easy feat. So we can all imagine how tired he must have felt. And after days and weeks and months even of rowing on that boat, trying to look and seek for the answers he wanted, he was able to reach the river's source. He went through a lot of trials and he went through a lot, but finally, he was able to reach the river's source, which was a majestic waterfall cascading from the mountain's heart. It must have looked really magical. And as he approached the fall's base, he discovered a hidden cave behind the current. Like I said, seems like something out of the movie, something magical, something that we must have imagined at one point. And within the cave, an ancient inscription etched into the stone. The truth you seek is not at the river's source, but within its flow. And Cassie realized that his journey had blinded him to the truth. He had neglected the wisdom hidden in the river's gentle current, its reflections, and its tranquility. And from this story, I'm guessing this must be one of the lessons that Casio learned from this his journey towards finding the truth he wanted to find, towards finding why he wasn't as content as he was with all the good things that he has done. And as Casio returned downstream, he comprehended all the techniques that he used while trying to travel upstream towards the river source. He contemplated on reflection, he contemplated on flow, and he contemplated on interconnectedness. Now, talking about the reflection that he contemplated on, the river's calm surface mirrored the beauty of the surrounding landscapes, reminding Cashew to reflect on his own life, acknowledging both the serenity and the turbulence within. So I'm talking about the lessons that this story is teaching us is the fact that no matter what we go through, no matter everything, we should take time to reflect on things. Think about the good times, think about the bad times, and just think. And within ourselves, we think past everything and we realize that the answer that we truly wanted to find has, like it has always been lying deep down within us. And we just needed that moment of self reflection to figure it out. Another thing that he also comprehended or thought of was the river's gentle current, the flow of the river. It taught Cashew to adapt, to surrender to the natural flow of life rather than resisting or forcing his way. You might find yourself in situations or in places that may seem strange to you, that may feel unfamiliar to you, like places you're not used to. You might find yourself doing things you are not used to, in a position that you're not used to being in. But this story is trying to teach us, it's trying to let us know that no matter what situation we find ourselves in, no matter where we see ourselves in, no matter what we find ourselves doing, we should always make that effort to try and adapt. Because if we're able to adapt, we find out that things are not really as hard as they maybe have to be. So adaptability is something that we always need to make a conscious effort to do and to learn in order to move forward in life. Another thing that he thought of was interconnectedness. The river's waters nourish the landscape, connecting all living beings. So basically, everything was connected. The river was like a source of water to the landscape, a source of water to like the plants around and everything. So I was just thinking about how everything was just connected in one way or another. And with that, he was able to understand his own existence was intertwined with the world around him. And upon returning to the monastery, Cassius' fellow monks noticed a pronounced transformation within and around him. His eyes sparkled with the same wisdom as the old man, and his presence radiated serenity. And he said, the truth wasn't at the river's source, but in its flow, its reflection, and its interconnectedness. I think this was like the things that the monk wanted him to learn while going through that journey to the river source, because he was able to learn through the struggles he faced and all the struggles he went through. So I think also when we are going through struggles in life, we are feeling like we're not content enough for what we do, or we are feeling like what we are doing is not enough, like what we're feeling like we need to learn more. You could always take the time out of your daily schedule to think and reflect on everything, and to always find solutions to what you want to find solutions to. And that journey taught Casio a lot. It taught him to appreciate the beauty in everyday moments. It taught him to find wisdom in the word simplicity. And with that, he continued serving the villagers. And his actions were now guided by a deeper understanding. And I guess from there he was able to find that fulfillment that he was wanting to get. He was able to like feel the accomplishments that he was wanting to feel and the spiritual enlightenment that he wanted. That journey gave him all of those things that he wanted. And as the seasons passed, the village flourished. Cassius' compassion and wisdom inspired a new generation of monks, and the river's tranquil waters remained a testament to the power of reflection, flow, and interconnectedness. So, from this story I've just shared, I'd like you to reflect on some things. I'd like to use your life as an example. What are the rivers in your life that hold hidden wisdom? What are those challenges? What are those things in your life that hold hidden wisdom that you feel you can learn a lot from after you've gone through it? Also, after thinking of the rivers in your life that hold hidden wisdom, I'd also like you to think of and reflect on how you can cultivate reflection, adaptability, and interconnectedness in your daily journey, in your friendships, in your relationships, in your life, in your workplace, in your family, in everything around you. Is there a situation that you feel you can't handle? Is there something that you feel you need to adapt to in order to move forward? You can just think and reflect. Also, I'd like you to reflect on the truths that you have overlooked in your pursuit of enlightenment. What are those things that you have ignored, that you have overlooked, that you didn't pay attention to, that you feel is important in your journey through life? In conclusion, like the rivers of reflection teaches us to seek wisdom within the currents of our own life. And I really hope Casual's journey inspire you to mirror the beauty of your surroundings. I hope it inspires you to flow with the natural rhythm of existence. And I hope that this story about his journey nurture the connections that bind us all. As for me, I was able to learn a few things from this story that I read. And one of the things I was able to learn is that we should always try to seek wisdom within. One of the things I've learned is that we should always try to seek wisdom within. You get, because enlightenment often lies not in grand achievements, but in simple everyday experience that we have in life. And I feel like reflecting on this moment can reveal deeper truths, and real things that I've always been looking for answers to.
Also, another thing that I was able to learn from this story is that we should always embrace adaptability. No matter the situation we find ourselves in, we should always try to adapt to that situation and make the most of it. Don't give in to challenges in life. Don't give in to things that I feel is too hard for us to handle. Always look for a way. Always try your possible best to adapt to that situation and make the most of that situation. Life challenges are like the river's current, and learning to flow with them rather than resisting can lead to greater peace and understanding and that feeling of fulfillment that we've always been looking for, that we're always searching for. And something else that I was able to learn is that we should always value interconnectedness because recognizing our connection to others and the world enhances our compassion and it will also enrich our lives in multiple ways. Also, we should take time to reflect on your journey in life. Reflecting on our journey in life allows us to gain growth. It also helps us gain clarity. It helps us appreciate both our struggles and our successes, which I feel is very, very essential. In essence, this story encourages us to find the meaning in the journey of life itself, appreciating whatever lesson or challenge that life may throw in our way, and also helps us reflect on everything that we go through and helps us appreciate the lessons that come from both reflection and connection, which I feel is very important. Moving on, I'd like to start with our second story for today. But before that, if there's anything you'd like to share with us, you can always come into the comment section and engage with this article. You can tell us about the experiences you've had in life. You can tell us about the rivers you've faced, and you can tell us about tips and techniques you've used to reflect on yourself and what how it has helped you and what you did to adapt to that situation that you felt was too hard for you to handle. And that should be the end of our first story rather. So moving on, the second story I have for you today is titled The Unstoppable Maria. So this story is about Maria. Maria is a lady that grew up in a poverty-stricken neighborhood where opportunities seemed scarce. Her parents worked multiple jobs to make ends meet, leaving Maria to care for her younger siblings. Despite the challenges, Maria's determination burned bright. I'm guessing this little intro would like give us an idea of what to expect in the story, which is determination. And determination is something that is very important for all of us to have because I feel like it is like a driving force that pushes us to do better to achieve great things. At 16, Maria's life took a devastating turn. A brutal car accident left her with severe spinal cord injuries, confining her to a wheelchair. Doctors predicted that she would never walk again. Hmm. This is something that no one would ever want to experience or would want anyone around them, their loved ones, friends. I want people they don't know it. Like, this is something that you can never wish on anyone, even your worst enemy, because being confined to a wheelchair for the rest of your life is no joke. It causes restrictions. You'll not be able to do things that you've always wanted to do. And I cannot imagine the pain that Maria must have felt and everything that she must have gone through at that point. Crushed but not defeated, Maria refused to surrender. She poured her energy into rehabilitation, pushing herself to exhaustion. Each small victory fueled her resolve. I will walk again, she said. And one thing I like to say is that I like that statement she made. I will walk again. Like from Maria's situation, she had a car accident. It's got her, should I say, bedridden or wheelchair ridden. She couldn't walk, she couldn't do things. And even her doctors were saying that they don't think she'll be able to walk again, but that did not deter Maria. She knew what she wanted to achieve in life. She knew things that she wanted to do. She had dreams. And her determination to get to where she wanted to get, her determination to do the things that she wanted to do, her determination to achieve the dreams that she had, fueled her to try to be better, to try to make the most of her situation. She will work again, she said. And she put effort into going for rehabilitation. She put effort into going for treatment, into trying to work again, into making the most of the situation. And I feel like determination, like I said, is something that everyone should have. Very important. Maria's family and friends rallied around her, but financial struggles mounted. Medical bills piled up, threatening to derail her progress. Undeterred, Maria applied for scholarships and grants, securing funding for her continued therapy. She was going through a lot. In the process of trying to make the most of her situation, in the process of trying to be better, she encountered a lot of struggles, financial struggles, for example. No money to continue her treatment, no money to continue her therapy. If it's your most skillful, they would have given up at that point because they would have felt like, if I don't have the money to pay for my treatment, how can I get better? The thought of that alone will like kill that flame of determination that they have in them. But that was not the case with Maria. That even pushed her to want to get better. She applied, she looked for solutions. In life, we'll be faced with things, with challenges along the way of trying to get what we want. But those challenges should not be something that will stop us or hinder us. Those challenges should push us to look for solutions. We should not just give up easily. Giving up easily is not acceptable. You have to look for solutions. You have to try. You can't give up without trying. And that's exactly what Maria did. She didn't give up. She put in her best foot forward. She put in that effort. She looked for solutions and it's paid off. So no matter what you do, that effort will definitely feel that if you put yourself in what you want, your efforts will definitely pay off. And that was what happened because through grit and perseverance, Maria slowly regained mobility. She didn't give up. She wanted to go to school. She did not give up. She wanted to work again. She did not give up. There was no money. She still did not give up. She looked for solutions. She applied for scholarships. She applied for grants. She applied for a lot of things. Even though it might seem like a waste of time, I promise you it's not a waste of time. Just keep on trying and everything will definitely pay off. She was able to finally receive a scholarship and she was able to receive a grant and she started gaining her mobility. If she had given up right from when the doctors told her that she cannot walk again, she would not have gotten this breakthrough that she had. So this is a perfect example of why determination matters and why not giving up matters and why always trying to find solutions in the midst of trouble matters too. do not give up, always push forward. She learned to stand, then take tentative steps. The wheelchair that once confined her became a symbol of triumph. It's like it became a thing of the past. It became a reference point. It's like I think it added more motivation because she'd be like, if I can move to not be from not being able to walk to being able to walk, like means I can do more things, I can do better things, I can achieve great things as far as I just put in that effort, as far as I just put my best foot forward, as far as I try my best, as far as I look for solutions, as far as I have that determination, as far as I have that grit, as far as I have perseverance, as far as I continue to push forward, I can go through all these struggles, I can move forward and I can achieve everything that I want to achieve. Basically, give her a sense of fulfillment, a new purpose, should we say, because as she reclaimed her independence, she discovered a new passion, helping others overcome adversity. You see, if she was like not able to go through everything that she went through, she would not have discovered this new sense of purpose that she had within her. If she had given up, she would not have felt that need to help others because she definitely would have not been able to help herself. If she cannot help herself, how will she help others? But she was able to help herself. It gave her a new purpose. And then she decided that she wants to help others overcome like adversity, overcome the challenges they're facing, overcome everything that they're going through. She volunteered at a local rehabilitation center, inspiring patients with her remarkable story because her story was truly remarkable. From being paralyzed, having a spinal cord injury, not being able to walk, being confined to a wheelchair, to being able to walk, move around, getting a scholarship to study, and achieving a lot of things. Like that is a really remarkable story that she felt would inspire people to do better, to push, to renew and ignite their determination. And that's exactly what she did. She volunteered, she inspired patients with her remarkable story, and her message was resonating with the patients, helping people, changing lives. And she had a quote that she would always say. She would say, adversity is not a dead end, it's a detour to a stronger, wiser you. And she's a perfect example of that. She was able to overcome that adversity, and that adversity made her stronger. Like they will say, what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. And that was what happened. It didn't kill her, she didn't break down. She refused to break down. She pushed forward and she was able to come out on top, stronger and wiser. And her determination opened doors for her. She earned a full scholarship to college, studying physical therapy because she wanted to give back to the society. She wanted to help more people. She founded a non-profit organization providing mobility aids and supporting those in need. She became an advocate for disability rights, pushing for accessibility and inclusivity. If she had not gone through all those things that she went through, if she had not pushed forward, if she had not had that determination and resilience to go through life's adversity, she would not have become stronger and should have not been able to achieve all these things that she achieved. She would have not been able to go to school, get a scholarship to study her dream course. She would have not been able to find like this non-profit organization that she founded. She would not have been able to become an advocate for disability rights. This further shows you that as far as you never give up and you keep on pushing forward, there's like a lot of things to achieve. The sky is just your starting point. Years later, Maria stood before a crowd of aspiring physical therapists, sharing her remarkable journey. Adversity will come, but it's not a definition of your worth. Rise above and you will discover strengths you never knew existed. Her story inspired countless individuals to face their own challenges with courage and resilience. And I hope her story also inspire you, our viewers, to face your challenges, whatever challenges you may be going through, with courage and resilience. From this story, we can learn that adversity is not like insurmountable. It's an opportunity for growth. You need to have that growth mindset. And as far as you have that growth mindset, you always recognize any kind of challenge you face, any kind of adversity you face as something that's like an opportunity for growth, as something that will make you be a better person, as something that will make you move forward, not something that will hold you back. Always have that growth mindset of adversity being something like an opportunity for you to grow, for you to learn more, for you to move forward, for you to gain experience. Also, another thing that I'm sure that we will learn from this story is that determination and perseverance can overcome even the most daunting obstacles, no matter what you are facing. As far as you have determination and you have perseverance and you have that grit and you have that resilience, whatever you face, you can overcome, and you will definitely overcome any kind of situation or any kind of obstacle that you may face. Another thing that I'm sure you must have learned from this story is the fact that helping others overcome adversity can become a powerful purpose. If Maria had not overcome all those challenges that she was able to overcome, she would not have been able to find that purpose of wanting to help people, of wanting to be an advocate for disability, of wanting to encourage people, of wanting to like become a physical therapist. All those challenges that she went through, the situations that she faced, everything that she went through shaped her into the person that she became. So you never can tell that situation you are going through, that obstacle that you are facing, that thing, that challenge might be something. It's just shaping you for the greater you, the bigger you, the more advanced you. So just grow, have the growth mindset. Just know that adversity is not something that can hold you back. It's just an opportunity for you to become a greater person and for you to grow. And I also like us to reflect on some things like what challenge have you faced and what and how did you overcome the challenges? You can always comment on our videos and our posts, and you can tell us about the challenge that you faced and how you overcame that challenge. Because I'm sure your story might inspire other people that may go through the comments. So kindly drop your opinions and your comments telling us about the challenge you faced and how you overcame those challenges. Also, I'd like you to reflect on how you can use these experiences that you faced, on how you can use those challenges that you faced to help others. Because if that challenge can help you become a better person, the experience you got from it and the things you learned from that experience can help inspire other people. So I'd like you to reflect on how we can use those experiences that you went through to help other people. And you can also engage with our posts and comments and let us know and let our viewers know too, because I'm sure there's a lot that they can learn. Also, I'd like to also reflect on the strengths you have discovered in yourself during those difficult times, because I'm sure before going through the whole challenge that you faced, there are some things you had in you that you didn't know that you had at that point. Like there are some attributes that you had that didn't come out until when you faced that challenge you faced. So I also like you to share with us on those strengths that you discovered and those weaknesses that you're able to overcome within yourself during those difficult times that helped you overcome that situation that you faced. Personally, for me, From this story, I was able to learn that every adversity is an opportunity. Every challenge you face is an opportunity. Every situation you find yourself in is an opportunity for you to do more, for you to grow, for you to learn more, for you to gain experience, for you to learn to help others, for you to do a lot of things. Because I feel like all those things, the challenges, they serve as a catalyst for growth. They serve as a catalyst to push you forward to discover your inner strength and resilience, because it's to bring out things that you never knew you had in you. This is something that I was able to learn from this story. Also, I was able to learn that determination is powerful. Like, it holds a lot of power. Like, the power of determination is very great. It can push you to a whole other level. Because imagine you have determination coupled with perseverance and grit, like, you'll be unstoppable. There'll be a lot of things that you'll be able to achieve. You'll be able to overcome any kind of challenge that is thrown your way. You're able to overcome any kind of situation that you face. And it can transform your life, transform the lives of those around you, transform your circumstance instead of being defined by it. Never ever let whatever you are going through define you. You are not defined by the situation you are going through. You are not defined by the challenge you are facing. You're not defined by the obstacle you are facing. So never ever let that define you. Rather, make use of that situation you're in to expand your knowledge, to grow, to move forward, to make new connections. Like, there are a lot of things you can gain from overcoming challenges or whatever life may throw at you. Another thing I learned is that there's always purpose in helping others. Like, helping others pays a lot. You turn your personal struggles into a means to assist people around you, into a means to inspire others, because it can create that sense of fulfillment and purpose. And it can also, like, help you in a new community of people where you can share ideas, thoughts, experiences, and so on and so forth. Another thing I learned is that resilience is key. Building resilience matters. It matters a lot because it not only helps you face any challenge that you come across, it will also inspire others around you to confront their own. Because, yeah, imagine you are going through something and you're facing something and you don't have that resilience to overcome it. Like, you cannot serve as an inspiration to others around you because they'll feel like, if this person cannot go through this challenge, is it now me that will go through that challenge? But if you're able to build your resilience, to build that resilience, and you're able to use that resilience that you've built, that you've grown to overcome all sort of challenge that may come your way, it will, like, serve as inspiration to others around you because you'll be like, if this person can do it, I can do it. And that is something I will always want to do, inspire others around us. And I feel like the lessons that we've learned from this story, it highlights the transformative power of determination and the importance of using personal experiences to uplift others. So, like, thank you for joining today's story session. I'm sure you learned a lot because I also did too. From Cassius' stories, Maria's story, we've learned about how resilience is like a very important thing to have and to build on. We've learned about how it's always good to have determination because determination is key. We've learned about when you're in different situations or an unfamiliar place, it's always good to adapt because that is something that will help you move forward and grow, being able to adapt to any situation or any place you find yourself in, be it a new working environment, a new place to live in, new friendship cycle, whatever the case may be. Adaptability is something that is very good to have. We've learned that self-reflection matters. Take out time to reflect on what you want to achieve, on things you want to do, and think deep. The answer and the truth always lies deep within you. We've always learned, we also learned that there's interconnectedness in everything. Connection is key, communication is key. Like, we are connected to people, and that is something that we should take advantage of and we should build on. Like, today's story has really helped me a lot. And we've also learned that going through challenges in life can help you get a new sense of purpose. Purpose that you can use to achieve great things, to change the life of others around you, to inspire other people, to push them to want to do more, to push them to want to do better, which is something that is like really good. And you can create a whole legacy by like taking advantage of everything that we've learned here. And for more stories on for more stories that you can read and learn valuable life lessons from, you can always visit our platform, which is wiki.com.ng, to read and to learn. And you can always go through our YouTube profile, which is Speaking Nigeria, to watch other inspiring videos and other storytelling that you can learn valuable life lessons from. And you can also visit our LinkedIn page too. There are a lot of educational content there. Our LinkedIn page is Speaking Nigeria. You can always check that out in your free time. There's a lot to learn. And in case you have questions or inquiries, you can always reach out to you. We are open and we reply you as quick and as fast as we can and help you in any way we can. Thank you so much for joining me on today's session. Like I said, if there's anything you want to know more, if there's any experience that you've gone through in life that is similar to the experiences that Maria and the monk Kashi went through, you can share with us if there's any valuable life lesson that you think our viewers can learn from. You can share with us in the comment section. Please engage to be highly appreciated. You never can tell. The experience might be something that will trigger resilience in one of our viewers. It might be something that will influence and help you determination in someone and can change someone's life and make them to want to do better. So your comments and your engagements will be highly appreciated. Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Kathleen. Thank you. So soon enough, I'll be handing over to my colleague Fumilayo, who has loads of educational information and content for us to learn from. Fumilayo has engaging content, enlightening content about education that she's going to share with us shortly. So I want you guys to hang around. She'll be here soon. Thank you. So in a few minutes, Himalayan will be joining us soon. So stay connected. She'll be here with us shortly. Okay, so before my colleague Fumilayo joins us, I okay, so before my colleague Fumilayo joins us, I'll be giving a brief summary about the importance of education in a modern society. So, as we all know, education plays a crucial role in modern society by equipping individuals with essential skills, knowledge, and critical thinking skills and abilities. It fosters personal development, promotes social mobility, and encourages informed citizenship. In an increasingly complex and interconnected world, education drives innovation, economic growth, and social cohesion. Additionally, it empowers individuals to make responsible decisions and contribute positively to their communities, ultimately enhancing the overall quality of life. Education is fundamental to the development of individuals and society as a whole. And I say that because of, for example, economic growth. An educated workforce is vital for economic development in any country, in any place, in any setting that you might find yourself in. Higher education levels correlates with increased productivity, innovation, and competitiveness in the global market. Another reason why education is important is because of social mobility. Education provides opportunities for individuals to improve their socio-economic status. It can break the cycle of poverty and enable upward mobility, allowing people from disadvantaged backgrounds to access better jobs and resources. Critical thinking is also another reason why I feel education is important in the modern society, because critical thinking and problem solving helps a lot. Education encourages critical thinking, enabling individuals to analyze information, make informed decisions, and solve complex problems. These skills are essential in navigating the challenges of modern life. Another reason why education is also important in the modern environment or world is because of civic engagement. Educated citizens are more likely to participate in democratic processes such as voting and community service. Education fosters an understanding of civic rights and responsibilities, promoting active participation in society. Another thing is social cohesion. Education can bridge social divides by promoting inclusivity and tolerance. It helps individuals understand diverse perspectives, fostering mutual respect and collaboration. Lifelong learning in the fast changing landscape of the modern world also shows why education is very crucial. Lifelong learning fosters adaptability and resilience, allowing individuals to keep up to date with evolving job markets and technological changes. In a globalized world, education enhances a nation's ability to compete internationally and within themselves too. Countries with strong educational systems are better positioned to adapt to technological advancements and economic shifts. Health and well-being is also another reason why education is really important in the modern world of today because higher education levels are associated with better health outcomes. Educated individuals are more likely to engage in like healthy behaviors, access to health care, and understand health information. So education is not just a personal benefit, it is a cornerstone of social advancement, economic prosperity, and collective well-being. It shapes informed and engaged citizens who contribute to a more equitable and sustainable world. So right about now, I'm going to hand over to my colleague Fumilayo to tell us more about how education is important and give us tips on education related things. So Fumilayo, are you on the call, please?
Yes, I am. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
Oh,